Well, welcome everyone to our next segment here at Make A Buzz 2020. It's such a great way to retrace our 25 years touching base with volunteers, old and new and in between. And as with so many, with Colin and Cyndi here today, although they are no longer in Ottawa with us, they have remained in touch with so many of our members and families, and we'll talk a bit more about that. But just to get started, maybe tell us where you are and what you're doing.
We are in Tampa, Florida. Been here 14 years now. I guess we met you guys probably about maybe 16 or 17 years ago, maybe a little bit more, when I decided that I needed to volunteer with LiveWorkPlay. And we've been friends ever since. So it's been great. And I'm working on a television show here in Tampa called Daytime. It's syndicated across the country, and it's a daily show. And Colin has his own PR firm down here.
Yeah, and I've been embracing the local culture, which includes the Tampa Bay Lightning. So I feel like we haven't really gotten too far away from Canada. There's a ton of Canadians down here, and I play the rec hockey once a week at the same facility where the Tampa Bay Lightning practice. So it feels like we're right in the Canadian vibe here. The Lightning are simply a contingency plan. If the Senators don't win the cup, we just fall back to Tampa if we need it.
Okay, that's good. That's good recovery. So maybe take us back and some of your early days with LiveWorkPlay, what you were doing and how you found out about it.
Oh my goodness. I don't know how I found out about it, to tell you the truth. I just kind of found you guys happily. And
I think it was CHRO connection myself. But,
was it? Were you on the show? And I went, oh, there's a group that I definitely want to get to know better.
You went, there's a guy that has no idea how to do an interview. I should help them.
I think I remember sort of vaguely my first day visiting and getting to know all the different volunteers and then getting to know the clients and just thinking, wow, this is such a fantastic place. There was never a moment where I went, oh gosh, this is the wrong fit. And then Colin got involved being married to me. It was just inevitable. And we've never looked back. And it's so good that we've been able to stay connected through all these years. And the way you have evolved and be able to watch you and see the progression and to see the same clients and see how much they've grown and changed over the years. It's been really, really heartwarming.
Cool.
Yeah, I would add that, I remember those early visits to the original Bronson location. What was the exact location, Keenan?
Bronson Center, 211 Bronson.
Okay. Yeah, very good. And right from I don't think you were using the Buzz branding back then, but there was a lot of buzz when we walked in there. To me, it seemed big when we first walked in there in 98-ish, maybe 99. And it was really impressive. And boy, what a great group. It's just embraced Cyndi and me. And we felt a lot of love. It was a really positive experience for us. And we just saw the energy, and everybody seems to rise up. And I remember the little thrift shop that you had downstairs at the community center.
Oh man,
I went big on my first visit. I think I spent everything I had and borrowed some money from Cyndi. We went home with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're still living off the interest from those purchases. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's been interesting just to see the different business ventures that you got into over the years too, and all the things you learned from each. And I love the way you're running it now. I just think everything has fallen into place, and you're definitely on the right path that you should be on. And the fact that you are letting other people know in different parts of the world what you're doing and what works well, and that they can do it too, I think is just phenomenal.
Thanks.
Yeah, on Facebook, there's lots of people that we're in touch with on a regular basis, and it's amazing to see the progress they made, and they've blossomed in their lives, and they have jobs and apartments, and I think one thing that is obvious to me and probably obvious to a lot of other people is that you have the solution to a major problem for every society and every government, letting the person take ownership rather than telling them what to do or putting them somewhere. So that's been amazing to see.
You weren't afraid to try things, and if something didn't work, you weren't afraid to say, okay, you know what, that didn't work, and we're going to move on, and we're going to find something better. And you keep going to school throughout all this, which again is so impressive. So that's why I think this Live Work Play has been so successful over the years. And I just love the progression. Sure, there were some, a little bit of pitfalls here and there, but you learn from those, and then you go, okay, we can do this another way. And you're not afraid to listen to other people and get ideas from others as well, which is really, really fantastic.
Well, that's been super important because, back in the day, we were doing a lot of congregated stuff, and it was with the best of intentions, and you learn from that. But so it turns out this whole thing goes back a long time, and it's called assets-based community development, and that's what we stumbled into in the early 2000s as we started to evolve. And so it's definitely not something we invented, but it hadn't made its way to the population that we work with, and now it's really become obvious this is the answer, as I think Colin was saying. Like, for every population that's got that vulnerable label or is just excluded in any way, the answer is never going to be institutional. It's got to be change in the community.
It's inclusional.
Exactly.
Yeah, well
But
said.
if we do go back to those days, because we did have good times, is there any particularly wacky memories that you might have of Live Work Play adventures?
Oh my goodness.
I think there was one time that a Live Eye news showed up at an event because one of your guys decided to make a phone call and call the media, and the media said, "Hey, this is serious stuff." And the live truck showed up at where did the live truck show up again? I can't remember.
Thunderbird Golf and Go-Karts.
That's right. That's right. So the 6 o'clock live news showed up to cover an event that actually was not occurring. Is that correct, Keenan?
That is correct. Yes, a fax was sent to the New RO newsroom, which was not vetted very well, and we were just playing mini putt, and I saw that truck with the big satellite tower coming down the road, and I knew, oh man.
Well, somebody did a great job getting the word out that you.
Yeah, they did. It's not easy to get the live truck to show up. So.
Oh, I'm aware. I was feeling a little bit stressed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was actually thinking for Cyndi. I remember when we had the community garden, and you showed up with the camera crew in high heels, and you were like,
oh yeah,
getting in there with the shovel and the pitchfork and everything. That was pretty special. Yeah.
I had my wedges on though, so I wasn't, aerating the ground. So yeah,
Oh, wedges.
Those shoes were more sensible than you thought.
I just remember sitting back wide-eyed and watching the members who were kind of like hesitant, and then Cyndi just, with all the glam, just gets in there and like, let's grow some potatoes.
Let's do it. Right. Brilliant.
Oh my
So
gosh.
awesome. Anyway, thanks again.
Yeah, thanks, Keenan. Take
Yeah.
care, man.